Dear students, today we are going to discuss about slip power recovery schemes and speed control of induction motor drive. We know that there are various methods by which the speed control of induction motor drive can be obtained, like voltage control method or rotor resistance control method. But all these methods have some drawbacks, that there is a very low efficiency when we are using these methods. Secondly, we also know that there is a air gap in between the rotor and the stator. In that air gap there is always power that is called as slip power or the air gap power. This air gap power or the slip power is not the useful power because it is not get converted into the mechanical power, so it is wasted basically. But with the help of slip power recovery schemes, this slip power can be used for speed control of induction motor drive. Basically, there are two methods by which the slip power can be used for speed control. One is static Kramer drive and second is static Serbius drive. Basically, when we are using slip power recovery system, instead of wasting the slip power in the rotor circuit resistance, these resistances are basically simulated by means of diode bridge rectifier, and the energy which is recovered with the help of this is fed back to AC source by means of line voltage commutated inverter. Now we will discuss about the static Kramer drive. We can see the circuit diagram of static Kramer drive. Here is the circuit diagram. In this diagram we can see that here is one slip ring induction motor and one DC motor, which is basically known as the auxiliary motor or the secondary motor. These two motors are coupled to each other. Now we can see here that the slip power is fed to this diode bridge rectifier circuit. This is the diode bridge rectifier circuit, and this rectifier circuit convert this AC power into the DC power, and with the help of this filter circuit, repulses which are available in the converted DC power are removed, and this DC power is fed to the armature circuit of the DC motor. And these two motors, since these two motors are coupled to each other, and hence the total load torque is sum of the torque of induction motor as well as the DC motor. Speed control in this particular system is obtained by field current control. We can see here by this arrangement we can control the value of the field current. Secondly, we can see here in this diagram there are two voltages. One is VD1 and other is VD2. The steady state condition is reached when the voltage VD1 is equal to voltage VD2. For different field current values, suppose we are taking first a field current of value IF1. For this IF1, the VD2 is this. This is the value of VD2. Now VD1 and VD2, this is the equilibrium point. Point A is the equilibrium point, or we can say that steady state condition is reached here, because at point A VD1 is equal to VD2. Similarly, if we go for another current Suppose we are choosing another value of field current, that is IF2. Then for this IF2, here we obtain the equilibrium point, or we can say that the steady state point is point B, where VD1 and VD2 both are equal. This when we are using static Cramer drive, the speed control is possible from the synchronous speed to the approximately half of the synchronous speed. When we require a large range of speed control, then that diode bridge rectifier must be replaced by thyristor bridge rectifier. And when we are using thyristor circuit, we know that there is a firing angle by which we can control the speed and voltage graph, as we can see here. Here is the graph in which we can see that field current is that, and with the help of changing alpha, different values of alpha, VD1 can be changed. The various values of VD1 can be seen in this graph. There are certain disadvantages of this method. Basically, when we are using static Cramer drive and we are using DC motor, so there is a problem of brushes and commutators due to that auxiliary DC motor. There is a maintenance problem basically, and secondly, it requires a large moment of inertia for this particular system. In order to remove these disadvantages, we can modify this Cramer drive. So here we can see modified static Cramer drive. In this modified static Cramer drive, the DC motor is replaced by synchronous motor. So this is known as commutator-less Cramer drive. In this, the slip power is fed to the synchronous motor with the help of load commutated inverters. Again, in this method, the speed control is obtained by controlling the field current. Okay, thank you.